What's up, everybody? Gonna get started in about 60 seconds here. Thank you guys all for tuning in and either watching on the replay or for those live in person with me here. I appreciate you a lot and thank you once again for watching. So today is just pretty much gonna be like some mindset, but then mostly charts. I want to jump right into it, but I do want to make one thing kind of clear and kind of just talk about this thing that I was learning from one of my mentors and one of the books that I was reading as well. But it's this delusion for success. Okay, and I know that with this, with trading, with NFTs, with Web3, with the metaverse, with really everything that's coming out nowadays, and all the different types of technology that we could either utilize to our advantage or to basically just watch and be observant of the current space that's happening and occupying in our marketplace. That's cool too. That's great. But the mindset is if you're cognitively in your own mind aware of how this is going to affect the world, and you can basically eliminate all of your emotion through whatever task you need to achieve all your goals, hopes, dreams, desires, and aspirations. Ultimately, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to create. That's what I want to build, because I know that you create your own universe as you go along. So if you have that ability, like for me personally, I just want to create a universe of love, light, honesty, trustworthiness, humility, obscurity, things of this nature. But so having this having this attitude of just knowing, just being comfortably bliss in the moment, but dissatisfied in terms of where we want to bring this. Because I know that if you're on this call right now and you feel like there's more, you feel like there's just more to life than what's going on right now with your situation, with what's going on in your life, then you're at the right time with the right place, and hopefully I'm the right person, right? But let's get right into these charts. I'm just going to basically go through the steps on how to do this and how to basically wrap your head around like what's essentially happening in these markets. Um, and for those specifically focusing on foreign exchange, then that's what we're going to go through today as well. But I want to do this too and just kind of showcase. Yeah, just wait. Let's see where's the charts. Okay, I want to show this. Some current trades that we're looking at, but okay, where is it? I want to show you guys something that I saw the other day that I think is really interesting. So we're wanting to know more about crypto. What's cool is all about crypto. What's respects it. I'll show you exactly what I mean. See, look right here. See how this is set up here. So in the 1 hour, I basically go and here, let me delete this. Okay, so look, you see how price is kind of like at its lowest point on the screen here, like it's so the lower half of the screen, and then price eventually like shifted all the way to the top right of the screen, right? So you can see in print after certain amounts of time have gone through, and it shows the fluctuation in price, and that's how basically the crypto market works. That's basically how foreign exchange works. Crypto, I think, is like 23 billion or something like that. Foreign exchange is like almost 7 trillion at this time right now. I think if you searched it up on Google, it'd be like, yeah, six something trillion. But yeah, so I'll show you this. Okay, so basically I'm going on a platform called TradingView. So for anybody who's new, anybody who doesn't know, it's just basically a free platform. You just go to tradingview.com. You could create an account, right? That's my account, Price Trap Official. What up? And then yeah, you basically draw stuff on here. I put you can put different indicators. It's not really necessary for like what I do, specific strategy that we're focusing on, but all good. I'm just showing you ways of how you can like cater this to yourself. Okay, so now look, because I love doing this so much and I love trading because the price action is always going to stay true. Okay, this is how I look at it. Like, three things will never be hidden. Okay, the sun, the moon, and the truth. What is the truth? The truth is literally on your screen right now. I hope you can see my screen, but these things are the truth. Okay, and all we're doing is we're responding to how the truth is showing itself to us. That's it. Okay, so what happened, right? So we had this right down here as a ceiling. Okay, so we draw a box from this. Here, I'll show you in more detail. Right here. So from this or support, or however you want to say it, I'm drawing a box. Okay, try to draw the box from the wick and go in here and shoot it multiple ways. Does that make sense? Cool. So what we have is basically a level in the market where Bitcoin to the United States dollar went into this level. It went into this level, price was here, and then it went away. Okay, it went close to that level and went away. And then what happened here? This is basically like the most exciting part of why Like I love crypto and I love the space of trading and I just love this digital entrepreneurship and like just having this lifestyle. And the platform that I'll show you in a second is going to be absolutely mind blowing just to see how easy the steps are. But anyways, watch this. So we see that because we drew this over here, it was a ceiling, right? Price then what did broke through and then went back into it. So it did kind of like this. And you'll see this. Price went up, blue box that I drew before previously. Then after it did that, what did it do? It went boom, right into this zone right here, right back into this this blue box. Okay. And then from here, I mean, obviously you guys can see what happened. Like it just went crazy. Point just to showcase the price action. I don't do this to showcase like profits or anything. Obviously trading involves risk. Past results do not indicate future results. Results are not typical, and it does require a lot of hard work, energy and all that to learn the skill set to be able to generate income from these types of avenues. But I'm just showcasing you to like basically for demonstration purposes only, to be like, hey, look, if you went this and then you press buy right here in this box and price continued to move up, that's roughly what was the total potential here? It's 390 currently in this. That's 329 pips. So again, past results are not typical, and like it does require $32. That could be $329. That could be $3,290 or $32,000, all depending on the capital and equity of your tier. And multiple people could be getting different results based off the leverage. So that's why these things are so powerful. Guarantees or like promises on this call or on this video or anything like that. But if you're setting your portfolios up and you're setting up your sustainable for the long term, then that's essentially in the best interest of not only yourself, but on this that have no choice but to learn this skill set, but to immerse themselves into the digital entrepreneurship space because they have no other way out, or because double down on the education. I was just talking with somebody actually today who I wouldn't say doesn't value education, but it really, from an observation, does an investment in your mind. Like how much money would you spend on an investment for your mind? And that investment is going to bring your mind to a different level, to a different space where you're able to think clearly about the future and about these different avenues. And again, all of these projects and endeavors, can you capitalize on them? Right. And this just goes back to what we're doing essentially on the charts right now on Bitcoin is we're looking, we see in the past, it was a ceiling, we see price. And then what we do is we trail our stop loss to secure more profits and to basically protect our account, to also account for the spread of these currency pairs. And we can do that with multiple, over, so we could even go to US 30. Like who trades indices here? Yeah, okay, wait, let me delete this. But yeah, okay, do you guys see this? Do you see how simple this is? Look how small these boxes I drew are. Okay, watch this. Let's get this more clear. Okay, shoot that one all the way across and shoot this one all the way across. Okay, sick, amazing, perfect, good. Look at this, US 30. If we had price trapped, and I guess we'll just go to that wick right there. Watch what happens. This is so amazing. And again, you guys, this is all backtesting. You can go on tradingview.com and go on US 30 and see this exact same information as well. Change the colors of the candles, do all this type of stuff for yourself as well. But just to show you what actually did happen, and then price was a floor. Price was a ceiling over here, broke the ceiling, did not become the floor, but the floor actually became the ceiling right here. So I'll just highlight this with happen, capitalizing on it. That's it. So we see these moves in the markets, and watch this too. So this right here was another move that you could have capitalized on. So all we're doing is backtesting. Okay, so once price gets out of this area, we put it in here because it was a ceiling, it was a floor. Super simple. How can we make it? You guys see what's happening here again? Again, price went down, came back up, hit this level, and then dropped. Tell me if you've seen this drawing before. Maybe I'll show you another example just so you can kind of get it. How do we do this again? Okay, yeah, let's do this one. If you've watched my videos or if you understand what price trap is or any of that case. Look at this right here, ADCAD, which is the Telegram that where I send out, again, this calls like the scanner, like training. But yeah, okay, so let's go back to this. In here, level of floor here, we see price do this exact same thing that I drew here. Look, I want price to break. All right, I want price to go back into the area, and then I want price to fall. What did it essentially do? Exactly that. Right, exactly that. And then let's see the drawdown. If you would, second candle closes on the 15-minute. We're on the hour right now, but let's just say your entry was there. That could be $158. That could be, $1,587. That could be $15,000, depending on the capital and equity of your account. Just by drawing up these zones, all from the scan, came a ceiling. You press sell, price drops 150 pips. Trading involves risk. Past results do not indicate future results. Results are not typical. It does require a lot of hard work, but it just goes to show that this is price. 3 days within the market for this movement to happen. If you have a goal of 1,000 pips per month, which all my students definitely have that goal in mind, it's like a no-brainer. It just makes sense. Like, and of course, the chart stuff may not make sense to you right now, but if you can see them and then tanking heavily and you see the 158 pips potential here, I just, like have this type of precedent over this type of information, right? Not a lot of people know this. And I was just making this point earlier today, even too, is that this is not taught in your traditional finance class in high school. This is not taught to like my kids in their curriculum. It's not taught to my daughter in her math class. So it's kind of up to me and it's up to us, this generation, to essentially expand their mind in terms of skill sets so we can set out to accomplish whatever we want to accomplish. How would your life look if you had full control over every aspect of your life? You have to ask yourself that. And if you don't have a legitimate plan, or if you don't have a legitimate goal on how to make those things a reality, then the sad reality is going to set in quicker than you might realize. And yeah, I want that to happen to people. I've seen too many people get burned, and I know this was just supposed to be charged, but I feel like the mindset is necessary as well too, because again, going back to the spiritual laws of success, how it's like you can have all these skill sets of trading, you can understand how crypto works and how NFTs work and how Web3 and how metaverses and digital real estate and all these things are happening in the world, and like what's happening with everything right now. If you just took a full look of perspective and like from an observation perspective of how the world is going on right now, let's run it. Let's be the best humans we could possibly be. Let's go all 100% all in on our goals, dreams, and aspirations, and don't quit and don't care about what other people think in terms of disassociating yourself from those people. If you're still hanging on to friends that don't want to talk about investing, that don't want to talk about getting better workout regimens, anything like that, no disrespect to the people that you've been friends with the longest, but isn't it kind of strange or interesting how those people that are, you're vulnerable with them at a certain point, those are the people that you've been to the most parties with, that you've smoked the most weed with, that you've drank the most alcohol with? Don't you think that it's a little different? If you were, in order to get something different, you kind of need to do something different. I'm sure that's readily no, people know this. Like objectively, if you want to get something different, you have to do something different. You have to be looked at in a different light. You have to put a different light on yourself so that other people will see the shine through you. And then, of course, in turn, these domino effects of the universe work in your favor. And if you're always good in like your heart and when coming onto these charts and stuff like this. Okay, so this is I'll go into this one more time. Watch. So we'll do this. So this is how we do it. Sign in. Go to the technology. Go to the 1 hour. It is the first one that popped up on the 1 hour. I like this one a lot. Reason why is because, okay, look at the pattern. It's a big pattern, right? Let's measure this out. So if we see price off, which is what it's projected on here for, 229 pips. That's potential. That's for goal 3. That's for like if everything best case scenario happens, okay? But the reason why we do this is we just look on the scanner. Okay, so it says ADCD. Cool. So we go over to our charts. Let's delete everything. This is how we do it. Step 1, go to the scanner. Step 2, trap price to where it's at. So and then just draw our zones out. For this one, I'm just gonna go to the most recent because it's just too choppy in this area right here, like where price is currently at. Let's see, hold on. I want to make this clear to read. Weirdness with all these dojis is in such an indecision. So what I'll do is I'll just create a line of resistance right there and a line right. Seeing price reject off this level. So you see this candle right here, I went from the wick to the body of the candle. So what is this doing? This is trapping price to where it's currently at. So now price has literally nowhere else to go. It's stuck in between these two levels. These are small levels, which I like even more because it's like a spring. So if you guys ever worked with like suspensions on cars or anything like that, those springs that kind of like make the car bounce and whatnot, if that spring is compressed more, the force that's going to come off of that spring, like how far it's going to shoot out if you just let go, is something to watch out for and kind of take into consideration when seeing these small little tight areas. Like I like the tighter the better when it comes to trapping price. If you have wide areas that are like further and further apart, it's kind of choppy. It's kind of like it's less ideal. It's not exactly what we're after. We want clean trade setups. We want clean charts, because if you have a cluttered chart, it's like a cluttered mind, it gives you a different vibration when you're attacking these charts and you're basically looking to generate income, stuff of that nature, right? So look, we go into this. We draw out the zones. Draw out this other zone. Cool. So what have we done now? Scanner, it told us to look at AUD, CAD. What did we do? We trap price to where it's currently at. And now we're on the 1 hour time frame. Let's reset this. Boom. This is how our charts look up. This is how our charts look up. So if people are asking you like, oh, what's your trade strategy? Like, what do you do? Like how are you making all this? Like, whatever, you know what? And I just say, oh, 2 boxes. It's just 2 boxes on my chart. I just wait for price to do this. Not that secret because I know you've seen this pattern before, but watch. You have this. Basically watch for pricings actually, because the price can go up, price can go down, or price can go sideways, different ways. Okay, to that level, and then takes off. That's what I want. Breaks this floor, this previous level, or comes back in, and then the lower time frame just tanks. That's what I want to happen. I don't know which one's going to happen. Again, this is not financial advice. Trading involves risk. Past results do not indicate future results. Results not typical. It requires a lot of hard work, but this just, it means that it's high probability trade setup. That's the only one I'm going to go over for right now to just keep it simple. But watch, it's Thursday right now. Let's come back on Tuesday, and I'll run another call like this on Tuesday to kind of just reset and see exactly what we drew on today's day. So it's all documented because documentation beats conversation every single time. So if I have this up, you'll see on my YouTube, you'll see on in the chats everything that is here. And now we're just watching, we're just waiting, and we're seeing what price is going to do. That's all we do as traders, simply reacting to how the price is moving. And once we see it react, we just respond by saying, okay, hey, let's take our cell phone, let's press buy or let's press sell. We do it twice. And yeah, you know the strategy. But yeah, all this was coming from the scanner. So it just basically goes to show like, look, if we have algorithms, we're not utilizing this technology, it just kind of makes sense that we're at least if it wasn't great, keep consistent about it. If you're truly trying to learn this strategy and truly trying to like elevate yourself, because I'm going to be continuing still, always growing. I'm not a master of this. I'm not claiming to be perfect at all whatsoever or a guru at all, but I have become pretty proficient at this specific strategy just from putting in a lot of time on this. And that's why I'm so excited for the future and everything that's going to come to this, because if you focus on one thing, you get that mastered, you can begin to branch out and diversify your whole entire humanness to every type of endeavor that you may encounter. Right. I guess I could show you a few. Like, let's see. I think we had AJ on here previously, but you see, all we're doing is essentially capturing pieces in the market. We're essentially capturing pieces. Boxes on the screen and the yellow circles, these are basically my scanner. We trap price to where it's at. The price is a ceiling, breaks the ceiling becomes a floor. This is where you take your piece. It became a floor. Okay, then it created a ceiling here, broke that ceiling, became a floor. So what is it doing? What am I looking at here? What is this? If you don't know anything about this and you're just kind of like confused on what's happening, I'm just looking at these things called candlesticks on a platform called tradingview.com, which is free to create an account. You can do this exact same thing too. And all I'm doing is I'm asking, how could I have capitalized on these movements? What's the most profitable type of trader nowadays? Trend trader. Not a smart money concepts trader, not a harmonics pitchforks trader, not a this trader, not a that trader, not a US 30 trader, not a anything. You know the most profitable trader is? A trend trader. Trend trader. Those are the ones who are consistently bringing in the most because they understand that if they're swimming next to a wave, it's like surfing. It's essentially like surfing. You're just waiting for that perfect wave. And then when that wave takes you, you ride it as long as it will take you. So this wave started back in, right? What day is it? 23rd. Oh, no. Okay, so the 5th. Okay, so 2nd, the 6th, to the 9th, to the 11th is basically all profit. So like you see all the dates are all on this chart. So you can see this, and all these lines, these up and down lines are days. So it shows days in the market. So like, let's say this price created that ceiling and it broke and it retested. It breaks, does a retest. Then the next day it does this, and then it just keeps on going on and on and on and on. But what eventually ended up happening in this uptrend here is, let's say, yeah, we did capture not this first initial move, but this one right, plus 185, plus 251, plus 320, all the way to the top potential is like 573. Okay, and if you were trailing 458, trailing, and that's risk-free profits now. But this is essentially what the backtesting would look like. This is what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So when we go back to this one, where was it? ABCD, right? Yeah, so meaning that, okay, price was huge downtrend. And what are we doing here? Just did this. Look, price was a ceiling. Price was a floor. Okay. break the floor, become the ceiling. Boom, we hit our entry, and then we take all this right here. And what is that? That's showcasing like the profits. So just by basically going from, we're pressing sell in this yellow circle, price continues to move down, we trail our stop, we're able to capitalize on these pieces in the market. And now what's happening where we're currently at? 100, 200 pips right there. If we see price do this shift in momentum and go way up, we have another potential of 220 plus pips. So that's how I look at this. We're just capping over again, as you've seen with the examples, and like even on Bitcoin, you saw the example where price is just doing these candles. It's just Bitcoin. It's kind of a big zone right here, so I don't really like how choppy it is, but so right there and right there. Now we can check this out on Tuesday again when we come back. And Bitcoin that we're watching. So this is what I'm gonna give out. This is the type of value I'm gonna share for now. I'm gonna get kicked off the Zoom right now, but I hope I recorded this. So again, for those who stayed with me on the live session, I appreciate you a lot. For those who are watching on the recording, thank you once again for tuning in. And stay tuned for more sessions, because again, in this price track community, we want everybody to just come on here and just be willing to learn. Like again, this isn't going to click the first day, second day, third day. This might take weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of practice and dedication and effort and time. So before you try and strive up this huge mountain, just be grateful for the single steps that you're taking on that mountain. Right? That's every single day. That's every single second. How are you spending your time? All right. So with that, I appreciate you guys so much once again. I hope you have a blessed evening, night, day, whatever you're watching this from. And we'll see you on the next session.